So this morning I wanted to put out a really quick video about AI fact sheets. Why would you want one? What the hell is it? So since search has begun, normally everybody's concerned about SEO. Well, now we want AI to be able to talk about our business, right? So what are our products? What are our services? What do they have? You need to be able to tell AI what you want. More importantly, you also need to be able to tell AI what it isn't. So we're going to create an AI fact sheet for that. So let's kind of go over the why behind it. So on here on the screen, you can see that I did a quick search about my own business, and we just added a new product that's in there, right? We literally just added this in last weekend. It's now a Tuesday. I think I put these in like Saturday, and AI is, well, it's already kind of picking it up. So, but it's not accurate. So we need to be able to fix that, and we're going to do that with a fact sheet. So, why do we need a fact sheet? Like I said, we need to be able to tell it what we do versus what we aren't. And there's a couple good points that are in here, which is the reason I made the video. So yeah, it's talking about my communication suite. Well, God has that pretty spot on. The site suite that's right here, I just added that in there this weekend. And there's already some incorrect information. Although that I can do this, and there is some mixing going on between the site suite and the other aspect of our communication suite. It's not exactly accurate. Although I kind of like where it's going with it, so I might change that anyway. But so let's see. The company will build a working demo using your logo, color, services without cost or commitment. That's true. We do build a demo, allowing you to pay only when you are satisfied with the final design. Well, that's not entirely true, because we will build a demo, and if you want to move forward with it, then we can do some revisions and things like that for it. Not a problem. But this is one of the things, the key aspects of the AI fact sheet, why you have it in there, is that we can adjust things like these that are in there. So in reality, I want to be able to say, the product is this, we allow this to happen, and then, so figure out your process, what it is, and then have AI be able to go over that. So let's see. Instead of dealing with multi-tiered phone trees, sorry, my camera's in the way. Let's see. So yeah, that is pretty much what it's talking about. It's also using an Instagram video, which I was kind of surprised because I'd made that a while ago. So while it's accurate today, if it pulls an Instagram video, I also made this video a while ago now. So at least compared to everything else, but it is pulling an old video, so it may be outdated for that. So again, the fact sheet is going to be there to be able to help you with that. And then continuing down, okay, well, it asked me maybe if a customer is trying to figure out what's my pricing compared to Go High Level. Well, it kind of breaks it down. But the thing is, it doesn't talk about like the mid-level pricing here or my top tier pricing. It does theirs, but it doesn't mine. So the AI fact sheet probably doesn't have it in there. Maybe it didn't read it, or maybe there's some other files that I need to update in my system. Hidden cost and usage. Both of those are pretty explanatory. AI. So one thing about it, they have their system, and we have different pricing on there. Theirs is just voice right there. That's not AI included. Mine is with AI included. So I'd want to have that with a fact sheet that's in there to be able to talk about that. So it's accurately portraying what my business is and does, which is cheaper. Yeah, I'm focused on local service business owners. I am not running towards marketing agencies and people like that. Exact reasons why we need a fact sheet. Be able to figure out what our products, services are. We want AI to be able to describe it accurately to our customers and things of that nature in order for them to make the proper decision about our business. Because maybe they are comparing A versus B. And we know that we're better in some ways. Maybe they're better in some ways. We want AI to be able to accurately depict that. We don't need everybody that's going after a $2 wants to pay $2 for a $500 item or whatever it is. So let's accurately depict that for AI and have an AI fact sheet to be able to give it those boundaries, what we are, what it does, and more importantly, what we do not do. So I just realized I messed this up because I didn't even put the fact sheet in there. So let's go over this really quick while I'm here. What is it? What is it not? Right. So basically, your company information. What do you want in there? What are your products? What are your services? So here's core features. We are a lead capture and web form architecture. We have our own inbound forms that we can call out leads whenever they fill out your forms. It can automatically call them for you, set up a schedule to be able to actually get to your sales reps or customer service or whatever. And our pricing, this is actually outdated right now. So, which is probably why we saw in the last video or this video, last cut, whatever, that's why it didn't have the second and third tier pricing in there, because this is no longer essentials, autopilot, and command. This is the communication suite, outbound automation suite, and we have a couple other suites now that are there. And this would be outbound automation pro suite for this price point. So, which is probably why the AI didn't pick up on it, because we're now confusing the AI between old branding and new branding, which is it's supposed to use. It doesn't know. And this is where the fact sheet should come in, if I was good and updating it like I should, to prevent all of the hallucinations. Because if you tell it yes over here and you tell it no over here, it gets crisscrossed and then it just starts creating its own shit stuff. I'll get better at that. Probably not. Talk about your rates. What are they? Give it the price point. Allow it to do an accurate assessment of your business and a comparison versus somebody else. Because in the long run, when it comes to this, you don't need to get somebody that's looking for a $5 widget that you are selling for $500. Put your accurate pricing in there. Make it easy for your customers. So let's see, target market, industry solutions, small businesses, 1 to 50 employees, that's spot on. Probably the most important aspect of this fact sheet is what not to do. It's great that you can tell it everything that you do, but if you don't tell it what you are not, this is where AI systems and a lot of people kind of miss the mark with AI. You have to set left and right boundaries on it. What do you do? What do you not do? Not telling it what you don't do is more important than I would say than anything else. Because if you don't have what you don't do, it just starts getting creative. It likes to just improvise and just say shit. So for us, like, we are not generalized voice infrastructure API. So anyway, that's nerdy tech talk. We do not require third-party middleware. We don't require Zapier. We don't require some other thing to integrate with your websites. We don't operate as a call center staffing or human answering service. I'm a small business myself, so we've built this to help small businesses. That's exactly what we're here. We're not a full-featured CRM. Kind of be called a CRM light. We do have a pipeline to be able to help you move people through your own custom workflows. But we are not your email marketing, send this email, send that email. Although now that I'm thinking about it, probably should add that in there as far as like moving customers along your pipeline. Because that's good to have information. Here's your pricing doc. Here is what you need to wear doc, or here is what you need to do to prepare for your service technician to get there. Things of that nature. Whatever you send out probably should be there. Okay, I'm going to add that in there because I think that's kind of important. So let's see. Verified integration, data sync. We'll be integrating with more and more people. We do have our content suite down here. So we have multiple products that are in here, multiple pricing and things like that. Just make sure it's a living document. It should be updated as frequently as your business is. If your business doesn't change because it's been established for a long time, you'll have a much easier time on this document than anybody else. But for the rest of us that are growing and being like, might try that, we need to update this pretty frequently. So, yeah, anyway, finishing up on the AI fact sheet for your website, and hope you guys got some good information out of this. If you like it, or if you didn't like it, tell me what you think should have added in here. What would you like to hear about next? Anyway, take care. Just remember, the first business that responds wins. Later.